So I was called to diagnose this vehicle, and you can see this fault code, but the main problem is this. The moment you run the vehicle for a while, it goes to history, and now it's showing pending, which is oxygen sensor reference. So what I'll do is I'll go and check my wiring diagram and see which one is the oxygen sensor reference. But normally when I'm dealing with the oxygen sensor, I prefer using the OBD2. Rather to check other things. But what I'll do now is I'll go and check the condition of the oxygen sensor. Then I'll check my wiring diagram and know what to do. So let me go to the fixed frame data. This vehicle is not supported. This is Santa Fe 2020. Let me go to live data and see if I'll find anything related to the oxygen sensor. And then from there, I'll know what to do. I'll know the actual problem or the actual work to do. So that's why the client brought it to me. But I have to examine the convector, because the very first time I went to this vehicle, when I scanned it, I saved the data so that in case of anything, I can go back to it. So this is the data, and let me wait for it to open it. So you can see Santa Fe 2020. Sorry, it just opened. That's why it happened that way. So let me go back and go to my report and see the fault code, which is actually in the system. So this is the first time I scanned it, the fault code that I saw in the system. And let me see. So the front camera issue, it only comes up the moment you erase the whole fault. So what it does is when you drive it for a while, it comes back, like it goes off. So you can see when it comes to the engine side, everything is history, apart from the reference, which is active. So when you erase it, everything will go off. So that means I have to attack this problem. which is P225100. So I have to attack this problem while the ground reference voltage is open. So what I'll do now is I have to check everything, check the oxygen sensor condition, and it is on sensor 1 bank 1. So I'll do physical examination and check. Then from there, I'll disconnect the sensor and check the pin out and see if it is from the control board side or it is from the engine side. Then I'll know what to do. This is why you have to always get the history of your fault code before you erase it. So when you erase them, then you go back to check when the customer comes up again that the check engine light is on. Then you compare them and fix it accordingly. So what I'll do now is I'll go back. Let me go back to my diagnosis and check if I'll find anything related to the oxygen sensor. If not, I really don't like using this. Let me go to my OBD2. That one will be easier for me. And even with this one, the sensors should be reading in milliamps, because of the type of sensors that the O2 sensor is using. So I'll go in for my wiring diagram and check the definition and what causes the fault code. So you can see in the OEM we have 6. The fault code is in 6 digits, but maybe OBD will give us only 4 digits, which will be the P22505. So I'll wait for it to scan, identify the issue, and let's go to. So I don't know the actual problem they've done on it. So you can see the permanent fault code because it has not passed through a drive cycle and it's having a small leak. So that one will be dealt with, but my problem will be from this. This is the main issue, which is the P2251. So I'll check that one. That's why I like the OBD2, because even though I've erased the fault and I've driven the vehicle, it still lets me know the actual problem. So I don't know if maybe the reference voltage for the vehicle, that's what is complaining. So I'll go in, and before that, let me physically check the wiring diagram. Sorry, let me fixally check the O2 sensor, the condition, before I'll do anything else. So this is the condition in the engine bay, and it looks like things are bent out here. So I'll check, and you can see that some of the sensors are badly joined. So I will examine the O2 sensor, take the things out, and see maybe they've misaligned the wires, because it looks like this car was in a fire. So you can see that all the things here are bent and the wires have been rejoined. So I'll take this thing out and examine it, then I'll know what to do. Okay, so now when I check my wiring diagram, bank one sensor to know. So let me see if I'll find this is it. This is the sensor. So let me run the car for a while and see if the O2 it will be reading. Yeah, it's reading. So I don't know why the reference voltage they are giving me. So let me go in for my wiring diagram and see what I can do about it, and see if I'll be able to fix it. Let me shut it down before the car heats up. So I'll do that and check the whole system. I'll take the oxygen sensor out and find out that this is the way the wires are. So I'll re-tape them and fix them back and see if I'll have any improvement. So I've taken the oxygen sensor out to examine the convector and see if it is okay. So I'll re-tape them and fix everything back and check. So I'll raise all the fault code and drive it around and see if it will pop up again. Then I'll know what to do, because the convector is looking a bit choked. So I'll see if I'll be able to get all this fault code to go away. Let me recycle the ignition and see if, or even start the vehicle and see if the fault code will come up, because part of the convector is choked and the other two is free. So let me read the fault code again. So I'll drive it around and see if it will come up again. If not, then we call it a fix. So after a long try, only this fault code came up, which is telling me that the convector is having an issue, because the cartridge and it puts catalytic convector full or trim 2-lane. It tells me plain that the convector is damaged. So I'll tell the client to replace the convector, because when I go to my images and check the video that I took on the convector, it tells me that the convector is badly damaged. So this is the condition of the convector. So to some part it is okay, but to other part it is blocked. When you see the other side, all of them are blocked, and the other side are okay. So you can see that all those sides are blocked. Yeah, most of them are blocked, and going to the walls, they are all blocked. So it tells me clearly that the convector is faulty. So I have to speak to the client to work on the convector. So you can see how this side of the convector is blocked and the other side is okay. So that's why you are getting performance issue, the post catalytic convector issue. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to my channel for more videos.